Greetings, Attorney Derek DeBrosse, the gun lawyer here from Munitions Law Group, munitionsgroup.com. Look us up. If you don't, you're fired, you're out of here. Just kidding. Please tell your friends about this channel. We're trying to get more and more followers and trying to answer a lot more questions. I really wanted this video to become a resource for all the gun owners out there. You know, it's free information. It's informative for purposes of informing the public about these laws, because especially in some of the more regulated states, this stuff can become very, very convoluted. And my job and my obligation, I think, to the gun community is try to help you guys be legal and safe out there so that you don't have to pay me thousands and thousands of dollars. Although I would love for you guys to do that. And if you ever want to buy a machine gun, I can help you with that. So please call me. Moving on though, today I want to talk about drugs and guns. I got a question from a viewer. It says, love your videos. Well, thank you too, I love you. If a person in Ohio was pulled over and found to have a small amount of cannabis on them, along with carrying legally, what would be the ramifications? Assuming the owner of the gun is legal and has proper credentials, meaning a concealed handgun license, and is not under the influence. No paraphernalia or anything like that, just simple possession of very small amount of marijuana. Would it be simple technical possession as normal, or bigger ramifications having a CCW? Well, being under the influence, I understand you're telling me you're not under the influence, but I will tell you that if they do find even a roach on you, depending on the county, and I'm currently representing somebody with this very issue, they will likely charge you with an OVI, operating a vehicle while under the influence. And if they have the gun in the car, they very likely could charge you with improper handling a firearm in a motor vehicle, which is also a felony. So your ramifications are huge. In addition to that, I think it's important to understand that now they have evidence that you're in possession of a firearm while using an illegal substance. Even if it's illegal in the state where you're smoking or enjoying the cannabis, it is still illegal under federal law, and you're committing a federal crime under 18 U.S.C. 922 subsection G. You cannot be a user of an illegal substance. Marijuana is a scheduled narcotic drug, whatever it's called on their list. And there's a case, I believe, out of the Ninth Circuit that actually says that if you do partake in legal cannabis, say, for instance, California, Washington State, Colorado, it is a disability on your gun rights. So keep that in mind. If you are in a state where you have to get a medical marijuana card, if you get that card, the feds have evidence now that you are illegally using a controlled substance and that your gun rights are actually gone. So I do think it's an appealable issue, but right now the courts do not seem to be siding with the pro-liberty movement, if you will, you know, smoking marijuana, possessing guns, not hurting anybody else, that sort of thing. In addition to this question, I had another one that came up that was not about drugs, but about alcohol. I don't have enough time on this video to go too in depth with alcohol because it's a very complicated issue, but it says basically, can I go to a bar and drink, then unload my firearm and place it in a range bag before I start the vehicle? I'm not really sure he wrote the question or she wrote the question correctly. Because it says, can I go to a bar and drink and then unload my firearm, which indicates they had the firearm on them. So let me just talk about concealed handgun licensees, handguns, and bars. Up until, I think it was, I want to say 2011, you couldn't carry no bar at all if they served alcohol for consumption with a concealed handgun and a license on you. That has changed. Now you can. That changed, I believe, in 2011 against the Restaurant Association's wishes, but we were able to get by them, no big deal. You can carry into a place that serves alcohol for consumption, has a Class D liquor permit, as long as two things occur. One, you're a concealed handgun licensee, and you're not, you're armed, obviously. And then number two, you're not under the influence at all, and you don't even taste, sip, smell alcohol while you're there. So that's an important distinction. While I'm there, let's say I go to Applebee's and they have a liquor permit and I have my gun on me, I can't even lick beer off the rim of a glass. That is illegal. That is a felony of third degree. Cannot do that. Additionally, I can't come into the restaurant with a gun on me while under the influence. So it's illegal to be under or intoxicated in operation of a firearm, or in possession of a firearm. That's generally a felony of the fifth degree. So if I am at home watching the Super Bowl and I decide that the Browns just suck so bad, it's time just to go get drunk. So I pound a few beers, and then I decide at halftime, you know what, I'm gonna finish out this travesty at the Applebee's. So I put my gun on me and I'm walking down the street to the Applebee's. I am actually committing a crime at that point. I believe it's a felony of fifth degree. You're intoxicated while using a firearm. But the minute I cross that threshold into the actual restaurant itself, At that point in time, I'm actually committing a heightened felony of the 3rd degree simply because I'm in a restaurant. Even though I didn't drink there, I'm under the influence and I'm there. It is a 3rd degree felony. It's punishable by up to 5 years in prison. So to answer the overall question, what are the ramifications of alcohols and drugs with guns? It's huge. And even if it was legal, you know, the simple advice and the right advice is it doesn't mix. It alters your state of mind, and guns are a very dangerous, inherently dangerous thing. We have to be utilizing those with responsible behaviors, and as gun owners, we have that responsibility not only to ourselves, the movement, but also to society. We don't want to give the anti-gun people out there an excuse to say that we're not safe individuals. So just never mix those things. It's just never a very good idea. Keep that in mind. As always, with everything else, be safe out there and remember to carry on. Drop your comments below if you have anything, and we'll see you next time. Don't carry and do stupid things with stupid people.